Hello there, ladies, gentlemen, and unicorns. Welcome to another stream of me playing your Ludum Dare games. This time it's going to be a bit different because usually this stream consisted of 3 episodes in the series. Thank you, Blackbird shouting outside. And this is a very special edition because I promised my patrons that their games are always to be played. And yeah, I didn't manage to fit all of them in, as you've noticed before. If you've watched this program before, it was I played a patron game and then one randomly chosen game and so on. But I didn't manage to get through all my patrons' games. And yes, this is how I'm going to do the plural or the possessive case. I'm not that good with grammar, you might have noticed. So yeah, this is why we are here. I'm just trying to tie up all those loose ends, and thank you so much for dropping by. I can already see some people here. It's Frank. Hey Frank, and it's Remco Borima who's also here. Wonderful. Let me just switch over to Twitch. Yes, people are also there. Can you hear me? I'm assuming you can hear me, otherwise you would have told me in the chat already. Okay, yeah, so today's stream, as I said, is still playing Ludum Dare games, well after the fact that we've already have our games rated, and mine is so much up in the ranking that it's almost embarrassing to talk about it. So this is why I'm not going to talk about mine. In short, I don't think it's deserved, but still I take it. And look at this. I even got a new follower on Twitter, and yeah, Remco says congrats, and I say congrats to everyone who managed to finish their game regardless of the rating. As always, Ludum Dare is not so much about the ratings but more about making a game and getting it done, and then you have something to start with if you want to keep working on it. It's also, Ludum Dare is also great for learning about your own strengths and weaknesses and seeing them in practice, and it's like going through the fire with everything that you've learned about project management, especially if you're in a jam with multiple people. There were jam games with more than 10 people. I had 1 or 2 of those, so this is really a testament to how well the person with a task with project management does on the project. Okay, as always, whenever I say unicorn, it's our cue to have a sip of water because it's good to stay hydrated and it's also healthy, I've heard. And also when you're talking into a microphone, people don't want to hear smacking sounds. So I try to avoid those as good as I can. Yes, let's switch over to the screen. There we go. And I just realized that I forgot to do a setup there of having the little label update there. Because this time I won't have the aid of my RNG 2000 of my random number generator. No, this time I will go just one after the list. As you also can see probably that my desktop is not as clean as it usually is. It's because I started a project yesterday, but yeah, I will tell you all about it at the end of this stream, and then maybe have a look out of what to expect in the stream the next week and the week thereafter. Anything happening in the chat? No, there is not, which is wonderful. So I'm assuming you can hear me and see me, and if not, you probably don't care too much to tell me. Okay, so the green ones I've already played, and the next one here in the line is from my wonderful patron SpaceMonkey. And let's see what this game is about. And SpaceMonkey made a game that's titled just like the art book of Half-Life 2, if anyone owns this, and that's Raising the Bar. And what's so special about Raising the Bar? I have no idea, but apparently it's not so much about a crowbar. Silly me, always thinking about crowbars when I'm hearing the word bar. It's more of a drinking bar, of a nightclub. You are a bar owner and the world is in lockdown. And this topic themes, they're way too too far out there. This is never going to happen. How will you keep your bar alive with no employees and no clients? Well, good question actually. Well, you have a stock of alcohol, some cocktail blenders, and you could repurpose. And the demand for hand sanitizer is exploding. I like where you're going with this. Time to make the best of a bad situation. If life gives you lemons, try to remarket them as hand sanitizer, essentially. Transform your bar in a hand sanitizer factory and save it from bankruptcy. How to play. Okay, so I can see here, this is the shelf with all our spirits. And apparently some kind of machines, and hey, look at this, we even got the J-box, jukebox, this is nice. And here is something that's in stock, or apparently that we are stocking. Drag and drop the ingredients in the blender and turn it on, so those must be the blenders. Collect the blender to collect the product of your labor, sell it on the market in the right panel. You have 12 weeks to make maximum profit. Put your name of the online leaderboard. Yeah, I'm not quite certain if I'm interpreting this sentence correctly, but it's a leaderboard based game. Note that the market is always looking for new fancy products. You'll need to diversify. Try adding more slots to your blenders to prepare more valuable products and discover new recipes. I've come up with a new recipe. No, Ignis, you did not. This is plagiarism. We opted out of the sound category because we didn't have the time to compose music and use previously made tracks instead. The music is still from J-Star though. Oh, J-Star and J-Box. Now I get it. Okay, I didn't update the name here in the little preview bar, or whatever this is called. That's under my webcam box there. So let me just rectify this. I didn't copy it. SpaceMonkey and J-Star. There we go. And yes, it updated wonderfully. You know what? Maybe I'm not quite sure if SpaceMonkey is among us. So I will just shoot them a quick Twitter message. Hey, Monkey Indie Dev, I'm playing your game right now. There we go. I'm all organized today. This is strange, but maybe it's because after 3 episodes of this series, I'm already in some kind of groove when it comes to doing this stream and making sure I don't forget anything. Oh, talking of which, let me paste the link to the game there in the chat as well. Look at this. I think I didn't forget anything. Yeah, and now that I'm, like I said, in the groove, next time I will completely forget it, and also will completely forget it when the next Ludum Dare is upon us. By the way, Unicorn. So, this is the page I was just on. So let's get the Microsoft Windows version. Let's see if I can find a slot there. It's 29 megabytes, and that's with audio. This is very gracious. Thank you. Wonderful. So how's the download coming along? There we go. I've had to downgrade my Chrome recently for a certain project, like I said, but we will get to this at the end of the stream. Oh, there's someone new there, and it's Ktos. Not trying your last name. Welcome to the stream. And Sorceress is there, and she says, "Guitar Pixels, this is nice. Thank you so much. Good day to you, madam." So, Raising the Bar. Apparently, it's a Godot game, and let me go full screen with sound. Is the audio too silent, too loud? Can you still hear me and the game? If not, please let me know, because I can see the desktop audio is quite well balanced. Okay, the music is very chill and very nightclubby. So let's try and play this game. So I'm just trying how this works. Okay, so I don't have any additional slots there, but oh, look at this. There's even tooltips. So I'm just serious vodka. Why so serious? Oh, this is great. Maybe I should hit play or start button. So So I got something there in stock and no money, so maybe a weekly reward, products produced. So this was already a week. Okay, unique products, choose a new product. You know what, let's go with psht, my favorite drink, but I don't have any money there. Let's sell this. Sound is okay, wonderful. You know what's weird? I think I'm hearing the same music track twice now. Anti-malarial soap. So sell. Oh, so I made 9 or 10 of this. This is helpful. So let's invest in a new weekly reward. Let's go with blue orange, whatever this is. Since I don't drink, I have no idea about what most of those products are supposed to be. But from the designs, what I can already see is that they look pretty iconic, I have to say. Maybe I should try to diversify, as the game was telling me. So I'm trying to afford now the 3rd slot here. Let's choose some mint. No, some lime. This would be nice. Maybe I can't use just the lime. But we will see how this goes. Can I already upgrade here something via the plus? Apparently I can't just now. Yeah, I'm just trying to use tomato juice and lime on its own. And it says lime soap, so apparently at least we made soap out of this. You know what? I will go for cello, or what it says here for cola. This is cool. Okay, so I have no idea what I just clicked now on this product there. Maybe it's what I can upgrade myself there. Is this correct? Oh yeah, you know what we should sell maybe. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. The cursor is missing, Q6 says. This is very unfortunate. Let me just rectify this. Thanks for pointing this out. And it's good that we got this pop-up here, so I have some time to find the right option, because I've deactivated my mouse cursor that I can use glass brick, that stupid thing that's more broken than it isn't. So can you see my mouse cursor now? It shouldn't be that big, but can I zoom in? No. Oh yes, now it works. Wonderful. Okay, glass brick for some reason decided to work now, and you should be able to see my mouse pointer. Wonderful. Okay, let's invest in this one here with the cute cactus there. Whatever this is. So, like I said, I have no idea what those things are, and I don't think that I'm going to have a good high score. But it's nice. It feels really nice. Whatever I'm doing here, it feels nice, as if I'm progressing in some case there. Okay, so this must be the speed in which it keeps going. Okay, so now it's getting a bit frantic, and maybe I should sell all. Even more products. You know what? I will go with pineapple juice. This sounds yummy. Okay, I'm already a bit overwhelmed there, because things are happening way too fast for me now. Okay, whatever this is, I have no idea. Maybe I should hover over it, and it says capacity upgrade. Okay, so I can upgrade the capacity. Maybe have another slot there to be more diverse in my unique products. One, yeah. Choose a new product. Slurp. Let's go with slurp here. This sounds tasty. Sell all. So does this cost something? Yes, it does cost something. So okay, so only the tooltip tells me the cost of it, which is a little bit unintuitive, I have to say. maybe it would be nice if I really just hover over it and not having to wait for the tooltip, it would just pop up the figure of how much it would cost. Yeah, I'm just making tomato juice soap and cola soap there. Yeah, apparently I'm not playing this with any kind of strategy, just seeing what is done. You know what? Would have been nice if this thing here would be blinking or just lighting up or throwing some kind of particles when it's done. Because out of the corner of my eye, I'm not quite sure if something has finished or not. So let's sell everything. And how much money do I have? Yes, I can upgrade here the speed even further. So this is okay. So this makes a lot of fun now. You know what? I think I'm faster if I only focus on this one here. So let's sell all. And when can I unlock this other slot there? Do we have orange juice? I like orange juice. So how much does this cost? 3,000. Okay, let's try this. Oh, Benjamin Edward, Commanderstitch says, I am here. This is great. Welcome. Welcome to my confusion about this game here. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I'm really diversifying enough. Probably not, because I need, instead of investing in more slots there, to be able to mix Captain Hook. This is nice. And selling, this also is a little bit weird that I need to sell manually here. Why can't I click this cost to upgrade? Oh, so I need to have 500 in the bank and then I can... Oh, okay, so then I can click it. Okay. So what was this there? Capacity. Proves output of the blender. Okay, so... Now I get it. How much does this cost? 2,500. Whoa! Okay, this was loud. The game is over and I produced 5 shy of 3,000 products in 12 weeks. I mean, this is quite good. Just 15 unique products. And I can enter my username and I will go with Bob. No, I'm just kidding. Let's go with Pixel. And let me submit my score and see how low I rank. And I was still in the process of dragging this one here. Look at this, apparently they wiped the leaderboard, so I'm #1. Sorry, I played this very badly, but hey, I take it. And SpaceMonkey is here and says, sorry I'm a bit late, and yeah, the extra slot is a bit hard to see. I'm really sorry that you just missed me playing the game, but to sum up, I really enjoyed the music and the presentation, very nice. Just wasn't sure when a blender was done, because out of the corner of my eye they looked pretty much the same all the way. I think what, just to tell you what I'm talking about is, maybe if a machine here is working on something, maybe have this slot here become gray or black, that I know out of the corner of my eye. When it's white again, I can drop something. And yeah, I wasn't quite sure how much anything of this would cost. So instead of, at least this is what I would have done it if I had a lot of time. Instead of waiting for this tooltip to pop up, maybe just have an instant hover with just the $sign or the euro sign and the amount that I need to unlock this. Yeah. And let me just pause it, or... Okay, so the J-box apparently doesn't seem to be working, and maybe I have some weird layering, because now I feel I can hear the same track 3 times now on top of each other. You know what? Maybe this wasn't my fault, the game's fault, but maybe I'm having here somewhere it's still open again, because I closed it, but I can still hear it. How is that? Why is that? Oh, it's here open in the browser. So yeah, this explains why. I'm really sorry that apparently I made a remix of the music by just stacking it twice on top of each other. Mr. G says, good afternoon, sir, and madams, I would assume. So a good afternoon to anyone who's watching me playing games. Thank you so much for dropping by. Yes, like I said, this was a very chill atmosphere. You know what? Come to think of it, maybe this Sell All, it's more in terms, it's a game of management, but attention management, right? Because so many things demand your attention at the same time. It's more, should I focus now on clicking Sell All, or should instead I focus on dropping more products? Because as we've seen in the later stages here, if I upgraded my blender to the max, I couldn't keep up with the blender because it was so fast. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where I'm going with this. It's just what comes to mind while I'm playing the game. But overall, hey, I really like it. Don't have a lot of ideas what all those wonderful condiments are, but 2 thumbs up and unicorn. Cheers. This was SpaceMonkey's game, Raising the Bar, a wonderful punny title. Very much enjoying it. I played it, yes, I don't have to update this spreadsheet anymore because I'm not using it for the RNG 2000. But again, I'm a little bit compulsive, so yeah, this is why I just keep updating it. Wonderful. Okay, so the next game from Remco, who just dropped by. Wonderful. Let me pull this up to its own sheet. And also update, of course, the display. I don't know what's it called. The little thing where it says the title of the game and the game creator. So by Remco, let's update this here. Save and Hive Alive. There we go. Hive Alive, about the game, I apologize for the lack of tutorial and the page of text in the description meant to replace it. For a bit of extra fun, you can try to move the camera around with WASD and RF, shift for rotation. So, and anyone else, rock on! Where's my pick? I will try to rock on! You know what, maybe one day, I was thinking about this, I will play Rocksmith live on stream and really embarrass myself. So, Remco has even here a wonderful Google Translate link. So it's Dutch. Remco. So it's Remco. And his game is called Hive Alive. Let's open up the link and also copy. No, this was the wrong link. Wrong link there. Sorry, this is the correct one. Let's open this up and also post it there in the chat. Going back downstairs to take care of my son. Have fun, everyone. Oh, bye, a SpaceMonkey who apparently has already gone. Hive Alive. Note, I have fixed some game-breaking bugs with this game. The title text wouldn't appear and the game overs weren't registered. Yeah, I think this is very much understandable to fix to fix this. Warning, some sound effects may be a bit too harsh for those with headphones on. Thank you for the warning. I will utterly forget it and then have to change my pants, probably. I didn't have time to add a tutorial or barely anything beyond the game, and it's a turn-based strategy, so this might be a long text, sorry. Okay, turn-based strategy, and I like the dithered look of it all. Looks like an upscaled screenshot from a PlayStation 1 game. I have no idea what is going on here. The goal is to keep the patch of flowers and the bees alive for as many turns as possible. Okay, so I'm trying to discern. I think this might be a bee, but we will find out. So bunnies eat flowers, so we don't want bunnies. We'll move one spot every turn. Prefer to move to a flower and eat it, but otherwise move randomly. Start with 2 HP. This can be seen in the blue cursor indicator is over them in the lower right corner. I'm not quite sure if I'm even looking at a screenshot of the game or just an artistic rendering there. You actually pronounced it better before, says Remco, so I'm not going for Remco. And bunnies can be stung by a bee and will lose 1 HP. Also, this will kill the bee. Well, of course. So need to be stung twice to be removed from play. Will spawn every 11 turns in one of the holes. Flowers get eaten by bunnies. Need to be there in both kinds, otherwise it's game over. So 2 kinds of flowers. Get it? Will split, reproduce into 1 pink and 1 white one if brought pollen of the other color. Okay, the original flower will then disappear. Okay, the player can choose the location of the pink flower when split. The white one will spawn on the opposite side of the selected hex, unless there isn't an empty flower pot there. That is, the cursor indicator will turn pink for the placement of the pink flower, and there will be a corresponding white indicator on the opposite hex if the white one can be placed. This makes sense. Bees can pick up pollen from a flower. So just to stop myself right there, this already sounds like a very intricate system there. It reminds me a little bit of Civilization. I don't know why. Probably because of this interlinkage of stuff that's going on. Very nice. So bees can pick up pollen from a flower. This is the white or pink colored diamond icon in the lower right corner of the cursor is on a bee. Okay, can only pick up 1 type of pollen at a time. The other type will be erased. Okay, 1 type, so it's only the last type. Bees will reproduce or split a flower when carrying pollen from the opposite color instead of taking pollen. Okay, so if the bee is carrying the opposite pollen, then it will split or reproduce. We will figure it out. And bees can move once per turn. This uses up nectar. Okay, another resource. If a bee can't move anymore that turn, the arrow in the lower right will turn into a stop sign. Arrow in the lower right. Is this the arrow in the lower right? I'm a little bit confused. And bees start with 5 nectar. See the lower right corner of the cursor is on a bee. Die when out of nectar. Okay, so nectar, they will consume nectar each turn. Got it. Can fully refill nectar at a hive or not lose on the turn they gather pollen, but not when splitting off. Okay, I'm not following this anymore. Will spawn every 9 turns at one of the hives. And bunnies will spawn every 11 turns. So, okay, we still need to be very aware that we can't make a lot of bees because of they will die when they sting a bunny. And can attack a bunny for 1 HP, but yeah, this is okay. I recall this, but it's good to have this here. Indicators are blue and floaty to indicate that they are the hex the cursor is on now. Okay, the green when they indicate that something can be selected. Blue where we are, green to select something. Red when they indicate that a bee can attack a bunny. Are pink when a bee can visit a flower of that color, or when splitting a flower indicate where the pink offspring flower is going to be. The same goes for white and blue, and not floaty when a bee can go to a hive to refill nectar. How many turns can you last? Oh dear, I have no idea, but oh, we can play it on the web. This is nice. We will try this out and see how far I can remember or recall how much I can recall of the rules. Can everyone see this at this size? I would hope so. Maybe I can get it even a bit bigger without cutting it off at any place there. Yeah, barely fits. Okay, I'm assuming there will be music. There is no music. Oh, there is music. And I was warned that some sound effects are loud, so I'm turning it down. Okay, hit start to start. Okay, so this is very blocky and okay, so good. This is turn-based. This is good because I was already a little bit confused of what is going on. Okay, first feedback that I have. The pixel look, like I said, reminds me of a dithered PlayStation 1 game. But it might not work for this game too much because it's very hard to see, to make out what is going on. So I'm assuming this bouncing black mess of pixels is the bunny and those are the bees. Okay, so the indicator is blue, so I click on a bee. And let's pick pollen from the white flower. And this one, let's move it over here. So the bunny was moving there. So I'm trying now to go with one bee for the bunny and with the other bee for the flowers. Okay, so let's sting the bunny and pollinate the flower. And this one here, and this is the other indicator, the white one. Or it was not. Okay, so this one. And now the bunny ate that flower. I'm assuming this is what's happening. Okay, yeah, like I said, it's really hard to make out what is going on because it's so pixely. Let's sting the bunny. Oh, no more bees. Okay, so apparently it's not cool to run out of with all the bees. So, okay, let's try this again. So, with one bee, or instead, I will just go for the flowers there with my bees. And yeah, the bunny is homing in on this flower then, right? So I will just make a run for it. Not quite sure whether the bunny is actually really eating the flowers or just following my bee now. And let's, yeah, make there a flower. This is good. This is healthy. And I just moved the flower here because there was no space, I'm assuming, for the white flower. Okay, you know what? I will keep doing this here, just trying. Is this a hive there? It's so hard to make out what's going on. But I will have this bee go back there. I'm assuming this bee will die because it doesn't have a lot of pollen left to eat, or nectar, I'm sorry, nectar eat. Because I really can't make out what is being displayed there on the lower right corner when I'm hovering over the bee. This is really, really hard to say what's going on. Okay, so let's go here. The bunny just ate that flower there, so... You know what, let's attack the bunny there with my bee. With this one here, this bee is almost dead anyway, I would assume, because it's out of nectar. So, and with this, and it ate another one. Oh, look at this, and there's another bee. Cool, so... And this bee just died because apparently... So this wasn't a hive, or those are hives, right? And I have no idea what this is actually. Oh, this must be a hole where the bunnies come out, right? So, let's, yeah. Oh, there's another bunny. This is not good. This is not good. I probably won't last very long, so, oh, yeah, I need to select the bee, of course. So, and I think I'm just out of options. This is the last flower. I need 2 kinds of flowers here, and I lasted 14 turns. Okay, so overall, I really like this turn-based strategy thing. I think what I don't like is the presentation. As nice and artsy as it looks, I don't think it works for this kind of game. As you've seen, I was a little bit thrown off with the legibility of each tile. I think maybe if you do it from an isometric perspective, it might work better because every flower pot would look the same from every angle. And here, because of this very wide field of view, for me, I think those are hives, right? They look to me a little bit like cookies with chocolate chips in there. Yeah, I think, like I said, yeah, it's just the presentation doesn't work for this kind of game. And also when I'm highlighting something there in the lower right, what was being displayed there, I really couldn't make out what it was. So I think, like I said, I very much like this interplay of those systems, because systems design is, I think, the hardest to get right, to have it be funny. And I think, yeah, the kernel is there. There's the pollen of a very engaging strategy game is there. But yeah, it's just too hard to make out what's going on. But nevertheless, congratulations on finishing, and congratulations on getting this to work in the browser with even reflections and shadow casting. So it's yeah, it's more of a graphics demo in a sense, which, like I said, which is sad because the actual game concept gets a little bit buried underneath. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for submitting. 2 thumbs up, and the unicorns will probably also eat your flowers. So yeah, thank you, Remco. Man, you really can trust Google Translate on many occasions. So, yes, played the game. Let's make the column green. And you know what? This time I will copy and paste the name of the developer and the game there before creating a new row to sheet, a new spreadsheet, because this is I think much easier. So the game is Maintenance by Stanislav Demchenko. Don't be too worried about the pronunciation. Anything goes. Yeah, I'm still worried. I'm still worried. So it's Ink and Imbola. This I've heard before. But yeah, I think I will refer to you as Ink and Imbola and not Stanislav Demchenko. Like I said, I'm not quite sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but for some reason I have an easier time pronouncing Slavic or Baltic names than any other names. Anything about the game? I used some textures and sound effects from open sources, so I was politely asked to opt my game out of the graphics and sound categories. Other than that, it was a great experience for me as a first timer. I won't repeat these mistakes next time. Yeah, there's this huge list of rules for compo and jam, and I think Mike said something on Twitter that the next year the spring competition will just be, there won't be a jam or a compo anymore, so I think it would be easier in terms of rules to know which rules apply to you. But yeah, it's with the first time, it's always you always make something wrong. But it's great that you finally made the step and participated in a Ludum Dare. And look at this, you finished with a game. This is great. So yeah, let's post the link also there in the chat. And QQ Sick is apparently Ink and Imbola. Welcome. And it's Barrack, so I'm a little bit confused about those number of different nicknames and screen names, but I think I will manage. Maintenance. Did you ever try to maintain something useless? Yes, I have, but since the last year I have a new computer, so I'm good. Something no one cares about, something valuable only to you. Yeah. This game, or rather short interactive experience, is about the beauty of meaninglessness. Oh, that's poetic. Your decisions can change anything, but they are yours. This is a great way of saying there's not a lot of interactivity, but it still is, yeah, an experience. You are playing as AI, trying to maintain old monorail in a dead city. This I like this already. You can control the point of view with buttons on the left side of the screen. Damn it. I just realized I completely forgot to rotate the camera in Remco's game the last time. So I was bitching on about it's so hard to read, but then I could have just used the cursor keys. Yeah, so I'm sorry. You can control the point of view with buttons on the left side of the screen. So I'm assuming I'm just switching through different surveillance cameras. The game has an ending. Total playtime is about 5 minutes, which is perfect for a short stream. Textures are from Creative Commons Zero Textures, and SFX are from freesound.org. Wonderful, I also submitted some of my sound effects to freesound.org. So if you have made any sound effects for some of your games and you don't care if anybody else uses them, I urge you to put them also on freesound.org. The more the merrier. And I think the cartoons wish sound effects I once recorded are also on there, and look at this, they have been downloaded I think more than a dozen times already. Other than that, everything was made from scratch in 48 hours. I mean, look at this is very nice, very appealing. Idea, modeling, coding and music by Stanislav Demchenko, Barrack Studio. There we go, Barrack Studio, Ink and Imbola, Stanislav Demchenko and QQ Sick. I almost got a handle on this. Instruments, Unity 3D, Houdini, oh wow, Photoshop and Cubase. It's my first ever Ludum Dare, keep it alive. Okay, so let's keep the dream alive of our monorail in our dead city. And this is a Unix game, and I will go for the Windows version. And apparently the quarantine and the lockdown effects have somewhat eased on the internet connection, because I've realized that things are downloading much faster than in the weeks prior. So there we go. Let me just well, maybe not. Maybe I should not pull out all the files of this folder here, because this is the reason why it is in a folder. So I'm starting LD46 maintenance. So there is music. Maintenance. Already enjoyed hearing the wind. Can you also hear the wind? Let me increase here the volume of the desktop audio, and now I have to switch it over again. So I'm sorry for the transition, the meaningless and pointless transition. But now the sound should be a little bit louder, I hope. So maintenance, I like this already. Looks very drab, but in a sense very appealing. So let's start the experience then. Mouse pointer away. Day 402, Autonomous Monorail Transportation Control System, MTCS, is starting. Self-diagnostic test results. Line 1 through 4 operational. Repair drones, 1 unit, main reactor offline, battery unit capacity 320 days, weather forecast 28 to 30, sorry, didn't manage it. This looks very cool, I very much like the style. Can I turn my camera? No, I can't. So, is this going to be a collision there, or are they passing? Okay, so they are passing. And this is my drone here. Okay, now this is how I can switch and use my mouse to just rotate around it. A low magnitude earthquake has been detected under the main facility. Reroute some energy to electromagnetic dampers or ignore the problem. You know what, I will reroute the energy then. What happens here at the edge? I'm really curious about that. Will the monorail just turn? Oh, it just stops. Okay, so where is number... Oh no, it just... okay, it didn't stop. I was just trying now here my keyboard keys to switch between those here. Oh, this is a nice transition there. By the way, I really like the music in combination with the sound effects and the graphics. For some reason it reminds me a little bit of Stalker. The air conditioner is malfunctioning in train car on line 1. I mean, we could ignore the problem. This is a dead city, but then again, I mean, I am the AI and my task is to keep this running. It's not, I don't really care if there's anyone riding those trains, so I send additional energy to the remaining ventilation systems. So what's going on with number 2 then? So there's something going on there, because it's at 6 kilometers per hour and it's quite slow. What's here when I click on the drone? Okay, so when I click on the drone I can see the whole city from top. Okay, it's too loud, Frank says it's too loud. I'm really sorry. Is it still too loud? Please let me know, and thank you for letting me know. Really, I should look more at the chat. Please let me know if it's still too loud, and I will have a look at the structural damage has been found on one of the pillars of line 2. This is not good. Okay, QQ6 says now it's okay. Okay, maybe if you couldn't hear me saying before, I was just musing about me being the AI, and my task is not so much worrying about or reasoning how much those trains will be used by people. It's just my job is to keep things running. So let's send a repair drone and do something there on line 2. But I don't see a repair drone and I don't know which pillar is affected. So this is, I think, why it's an experience more than it is an actual game. By the way, I love those highlights. I love those reflective highlights. Very nice. Also very nice the camera transitions. Okay, something happens there. Line 2 sensors are offline. A major failure is detected. Structural damage is irreversible. Well, let's fill the report from number 5 then. Or it's report form, not from number 5. Train line number 2 has been damaged due to structural collapse. I think it was a structural collapse. All necessary actions to maintain the working state of the transportation system, well, have been taken. Number of victims Well, it's less than 10, I would assume. Have been informed about liability providing misleading information. Okay, so it's 0, I think. I don't know how many people were riding this train, so let's say okay. So line 2 has completely gone. Yeah, completely gone. So this is line 2 is here. Sorcerer says another -3 decibels. I will try and go a bit further even. Still a bit more quiet. The repair drone's maglev unit is broken. Well, let's turn the drone off then. But if the repair drone is broken, then it's not much we can do, right? So I'm switching over to line number 1. Really enjoy these smooth transitions from one camera to the next. This is very nice. The test unit of the train car on line 3 is sending a failure signal. Interference has been detected in one of the electromagnetic drives, possible energy leakage. Then reroute the energy flow. Yes, Captain. But it will take 3 hours. No, I'm speaking with the voice of Chekhov, but apparently this is a job for Scotty. So there's our broken train car in a dead city. And cascading failure on line 3. Oh, this is not good. All sensors are offline. The connection to the electrical grid is intermitted. Structural damage is irreversible. Well, let's fill the report form. Train line number 3 has been damaged due to was it a power overload or a short circuit? I think it was an overload, right? All necessary actions have been taken. It's a dead city still, but maybe there was someone was on there. No, it's a dead city. It's a dead city, and I've been informed about the liability. Well, have I been informed? I don't think that I have been informed, so I'm going to send this off. Okay, so I think now, is it me or did it change here? The sun. Did the sun set a little bit since our last time? Look at all our victims there. Yeah, I mean now the monorail is perfectly suited to fit the rest of the city, right? Fire alarm in the server room 9. Oh my god, this is a horrible day. I mean, this has been running for what seems to be like years, maybe decades even. But this day, well, everything comes crashing down at once. So fire alarm in the server room 9. Do we have 9 server rooms for this? The automatic fire extinguishing system eliminated the problem, but one of the server racks is damaged. Well, let's call up IT. And let's have a look from the drone. I really like, for some reason, this is a very pleasing city layout with all those arcs and so on. I don't know what it reminds me of, but I like it that it's not just a block or a grid or something. This looks strangely organic. So what's going to happen next? I wonder, how will line number 1 meet its inevitable demise? And here we are. Sensors are detecting the rising seismic activity in the area. Yeah, let's broadcast an alarm message to essentially nobody, but again, it's just my job to run the procedures and not to question if they will be heard. So, you know what, this reminds me a little bit of riding the train cars in Berlin. I don't know, it's just this atmosphere, these long shadows there. Okay, supporting structures of line 1 are damaged. I think that is it. All sensors are offline. Fire is detected in the train car. How did this happen? Structural damage is irreversible. Well, let's fill the report form for line number 1. Or is it a train line? Well, it's a monorail. Oh, damn it, I filled the reports incorrectly. Has been, well, it's fire. Due to fire, well, due to structural collapse. It's always, in a sense, structural collapse, right? If something is burning, then the structure may collapse sooner or later, so it's structural collapse. All measures have been taken, number of victims, and I've not been informed. And yeah, this is... Now the sun is finally setting there on our city. Day 403, self-diagnostic test results, lines through 4, offline. No repair drones, no reactor, battery unit capacity. Well, awaiting human input. And we're back to sleeping mode. And the game was courteous enough to boot itself. Man, this was a very interesting experience. I couldn't say it was that much of a game, but I think this looks a little bit like you maybe were running low on time, because I think of all those report forms, you could maybe just give the player at the end a grade of how well they filled out the forms, because I think this would very much play into this whole thing that you're an AI and you have to follow bureaucratic procedures. And if you don't fill out your forms, yeah, maybe you get punished by, maybe they take some of your battery power. Yeah, I don't know. But overall, yeah, a very, very poetic, in a sense, very poetic experience. And I don't think that there was a lot that, like you said, that a lot that my decisions mattered. But again, hey, they are my own. Nobody can take my pointless decisions away from me. But yeah, a very, very interesting experience in a sense. Yeah, I like the whole atmosphere, the mood of it, with the music and the sound effects. I think this one worked really well. And yeah, 2 thumbs up and congratulations on your very first Ludum Dare, and Unicorn, cheers to many more, I hope. So that was maintenance. And finally managed also to hit a good volume. Thanks, Sorceress, and everyone else for letting me balance it out correctly, that I'm just finding the sweet spot there. Next up is Commanderstitch's game. That's crazy. What? No, the game is not called Commanderstitch. And I'm not quite certain if it's intended to have this quotation mark at the end there. Maybe it's a question mark, but hey, it's not me to judge the correct punctuation of your titles. Okay, it's Commanderstitch's game. That's crazy. What? And yeah, the link, copy and paste. About the game, be sure to hit up the description and the how to play the game, so you can start with all of the information you can, so you have a chance of beating the game. Go to hurl that water out of the mob, you know? I don't know. Anything else you want to tell me? Thanks for doing this. Unicorn! Say unicorns! Cheers. Oh, man, I will so have to run for the bathroom. Just give me a half more hour or so. So let's have a look at... That's crazy! What? I will zoom this down a little bit so that we can look at the screenshot. Commanderstitch has, of what I can tell, a very distinct handwriting in his games. For one thing, I'm a little bit disappointed that this time the pixel font doesn't appear to be hand-drawn this time. But then again, it got all the hallmarks of a Commanderstitch game, that is craziness with many, many instances that are just shooting at something and something crazy going on. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Keep her alive, defend the dropship zone, and a number there. Okay. Feed her 1 microwave. Who am I feeding? What? What is going on? This seems to be a person with a mop. Okay, so now the mop comment makes a bit more sense. 1 president. So those must be all the bodyguards of the president, and those must be the remains of the bodyguards there. Man, I'm really looking forward to this. Hi, welcome to the very sought after description. It is. To play, you must know that you have to click the left mouse button on the little yellow card. You have to grab it. Okay, so this must be, I'm assuming, where can I zoom in? This must be the yellow card here, which I'm supposed to be clicking. Oh, and look at this. Here it is again. It's a bit of, it looks to be a bit like Where's Waldo in motion with shooting. Then after you have grabbed it, press the F button, the jump button. So let's grab it with the left mouse button and then press the jump button. I have no idea what for, but we will find out. You can then fire with the right mouse button. You need it if you want to win. Well, of course we want. Watch your water, you will run out. If you do, put it back in your bucket with the same process to dunk it back in. This recharges your mob and the UI will reflect the new store of water. Be sure to hit the description. Hurl that water out of the mob, you know. Okay, so this is almost making sense. Your card will run over people and kill them. Just click the left mouse button again to give it a little kick. You navigate around the place. Victory will be assured. If you get the girl thing to her ship, that's on a countdown, so you have to survive till it runs out at the end. Good luck. Oh dear. Note, click escape at any time to access the menu, mute sounds and change every control but one. I was unable to have the time to map the grab card button. Okay, I think we should be good. The rest are mapped and can be changed to anything. This is very gracious. Known bugs, sometimes when you give an object to the alien, what? There's a small window of chance where her eating animation will be cut short by her blinking and you'll have to give her another one. That's crazy. What? Easy fix, but we're in post-submission now. Okay, I have no idea, still not a clue what I'm supposed to do. Something with card, something with mob, something with running people over. And I think I can manage. This was the wrong zip file. That's crazy. What LD46? I'm assuming there will be sound again. And look at this. There's an icon graphic. There's an icon graphic. I'm assuming it's a hand with a mop, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let's find out what That's Crazy What by Commanderstitch is all about. Okay, I can walk around and I need to click, and with F I can... Okay, I'm still not quite sure what's going on here, but I can shoot my little card and click it, and F is water drops 50. Okay, so apparently I should bring my card, right? Okay, so there must be an alien spaceship. Oh no, it's burning, and I think it's about to crash, right? Can I do anything there already? Man, this is the calm before the storm, right? Okay, so this is the alien, and it's bleeding. Oh no, what can I do? I need to defend her from probably those bodyguards, right? Feed her one crate. Oh, of course. I need to get back there. There's a crate. Okay, now I grabbed the crate. And I'm still got my little card. This is great. So, love this animation. Feed her one president. Okay. So, this is a little bit harder, right? How can I get the president? Okay, I'm assuming the bodyguards are guarding the president, and I need a way to get to those bodyguards, right? But her health is not that good. Still not quite sure what I'm doing. What is below here? I have also no idea. I have no idea how to find her a president. And her health is in the negative now. Yeah, let's push start. Don't have a start. I will hit enter. This also works. Okay, so let's try this again, and maybe she wants another crate. Oh, look at this. There are other doors, right? So I'm assuming I need to go through those, right? Ah, okay. I think this makes sense now. So here we are again. I love those blinking lights there. Okay, what does the alien lady want? One crate again. Okay. Now I know how to get it. I think I just got 2 crates, but I mean, she looks hungry. 1 crate. Okay, good. Good. Another crate. I got 2 crates. I hope she's hungry. I hope she's hungry. 1 president. Okay, I will try now. Can I go back there? Yes. Look at this. Oh, there's a president. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh my god. I forgot my card there, but I think I got a president here. Enjoy. This is 1 microwave. Okay. Let's find a microwave and maybe get my card back. Okay. Okay, good. Was in this room there a microwave? No, there seems to be a microwave. Okay, so this doesn't seem too hard. There's a microwave. Look at this. Okay, I'm just running for it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. What an onslaught. Okay, alien lady, here's your microwave. 1 jet airplane. Is this a jet? Yes, this is a jet airplane. This is wonderful. 1 jet airplane. There, she wants another one. Where is she? Why don't get out? Find her dropship zone. What? Oh no! Oh no! My health! My health! My health! Oh god! Jump in. F. No. What? Dropship zone. Find her dropship zone. Okay, I'm just, she's following me, so I hope that maybe I can just kite kite the bodyguards here. So if we're just here, and I hope I can run out the counter here, because I lost my yellow janitors card. So yeah, there we go. But they don't appear to be too clever, so I'm just kiting them ever so slowly. Good. This is good. Okay, so I think I'm what I need to do is to survive until this counter runs out, right? Getting closer. Come on, alien lady. With those pointy lynx's ears. Okay, so we're in the minus now, so this was apparently not good. Find her dropship zone. Yeah, hey, maybe I can find this dropship zone also here. I think, oh god, was it one of those here? Oh yes, I think this was it. Yes, my health, come on, you win! You got her out. Oh good. Oh wow, this was quite something. I think I can easily say this game is that's crazy. What? But yeah, I still need to collect my thoughts on this. Man, this was a very typical Commanderstitch game in a sense that so many instances, so little idea what I need to do, but in the end somehow it still made sense. Oh good. Apparently I didn't need to have my little push cart with the water in it and the mob to defend myself, because I'm assuming that this may be a glitch, that I didn't collide with all those bodyguards, because I probably would have needed to run all of them over. And this felt a little bit, as you could see it when I was doing it, it felt a little bit glitchy in a sense, or not glitchy, more fidgety, that I wasn't quite sure. Okay, click to hop in, then F to push it. No, not F. Mouse button to push it again. And I didn't quite understand this whole water mechanic there. But that aside, I enjoyed the animations very much, especially of her eating the entire fighter plane. Oh man, with your games you never know what you get. It's like a box of of chocolates. I think I just came up with this. Yeah, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you get, and most of the times it's something that you would expect. But with you, it's like a box of chocolates, and you open it up, and it's not chocolates. It's unicorns, and they want a garden to grow, and you need to be there with your pea shooter, and you need to make sure that the potted plants never run out of rubber duckies. And this is crazy. I mean, what? Yeah, I expected a game like this from you, and thank you so much. I wasn't disappointed. 2 thumbs up. And look at this, I won at my first try. Oh, this was great. Sharksu is well, I gotta bounce. I enjoyed the stream. Oh, thank you so much for dropping by. Have a nice week, and I hope I see you in a stream again soon. So that was crazy. What? I hope this is how to pronounce the title of the game. Let's give this the green treatment. And second to last game of this Ludum Dare. Let me post it here. Oh, there's an ampersand there. And since this is an HTML template that I'm working in, I need to say ampersand amp colon, there we go, semicolon, I'm sorry. Cool, so let's start a new sheet from this row. Yes, this was correct. MandaTrouble by mineiwik and Siku2. I have no idea how to pronounce them. Are those people present here? If not, let me just shoot them a quick tweet. Where's my Twitter? There it is. Wonderful. And I didn't post a YouTube link to the stream into the tweet, I just noticed. So this was a typical Phil. Now, just before I was praising myself for it, I didn't forget anything this time. Talking of which, here is the link. Let me just quick post it here in the chat. So MandaTrouble, there's nothing about this game, so I just have to read the description. And look at this, for some reason it reminds me of a Spectrum game. I don't know why. Probably it's because those color scheme, well, it's not the color scheme, it's I think it's just those one colored foreground sprites. But it looks very appealing, what I can see so far. I mean, it's a very simple and stylized open field there. You have crashed on a mysterious planet. All that was left is you, and this yellowish creature that you need to protect in order it stays alive. So this must be the yellowish creature, which looks to me like Kirby with wings. Okay, we got mine resources, space, place turret F, level 1 turrets needed, 10 wood, 1 stone. Okay, so I'm assuming we need, this is some kind of tower defense game then, and we need to go around and mine resources that we can afford defenses. And those little green things here, I would assume those are the health bars. At least this is what I'm assuming. But this is always with good games or well designed user interfaces and user experiences. At one glance, you know what's important. I mean, since I got here the resources on top, I know that those are apparently important, and this tells me a lot about what the game expects of me. What is here? Download and maybe dangerous. Yeah, it's an exe file. Well, let's keep it. Let's keep it. I trust you. I trust you, and it's a good old game. And again, Windows is warning me. Okay, so let's try full screen, and you probably can't read it. So trying things differently. Again, not personalized. This was the wrong selection. If you hear strange drilling sounds, this is my wife in the kitchen, and apparently she's making some soup or so. Just some, I don't know the correct term in English, what this kitchen appliance is called. Let me just check. So just that you know where this sound is coming from. Dictionary, there we go. Pürierstab. It's the German word, and it's a hand blender or a stick blender. This is beautiful. Pürierstab in German. So she's blending something there. Who knows what? I think it's broccoli. Where was I before? Yes, I wanted to change the screen resolution so that you can properly see what's going on there. It's called a blender. Yeah, thank you, Sorcerer. So apparently it was loud enough for you to identify what it exactly was. So, there we go. This is huge. But I think for this game it should go. MandaTrouble. The sound isn't blending in. Puns. MandaTrouble, a LD46 game. You've crashed on a mysterious planet. All that was left is you and a yellowish creature. So gather resources and build turrets to defend your companion. There, I'm assuming there is audio. And let's play the game. I don't hear any audio, but the controls feel nice. And look at this. This is very cute. So with F or space is to mine resources, and let's place a turret there with F. Okay, I don't have enough resources, and oh dear, this is already not looking good. So I need 10 wood and 1 stone for the turret, while, oh dear, this is really... Let's place a turret here. This is not too good there. Why doesn't the turret do anything? My yellow thing, oh god, it's almost dead, I think. Oh, this was hard. Come on, oh, this was very bad. Okay, so the game doesn't give you any chance to breathe there. I think that's it for this run. I will try again. Okay, so let's run, little buddy, little companion there. Do I need to hold it? I'm not quite sure, but I got some more stone. Come on, little thing there. Oh god, F. Okay, so how can I... Oh man, they're just piling onto my yellow thing here. This is too hard. This is really unforgiving. Because I don't know what I... Yeah, game over. Come on, seriously? What can I do? Level 1 turret needs... Okay, so let's place here a turret and need more wood, and here a turret and here one. And yeah, I'm not quite sure if I'm doing things right here. And another one. Okay, so they are attacking the turrets first. This is helpful. Okay, so maybe I still got a chance here. But yeah, to me it looks a little bit looks a little bit too harsh already. No, leave my little companion alone there. There's another turret. Can I upgrade the turret there? No. More wood. Here's a turret. There's another turret. Yeah. By the way, I don't think there is sound. And okay, so there, I don't think that I have a good chance of protecting my companion there. Wood, more wood. I think I can upgrade the turrets, but really I don't have time. I really can't upgrade my turret. Okay, and that's it for now. Okay, the game looks very cute, but look at this bunch of monsters here. They're just piling onto my little companion, so game over. So you know what, I will try this once again, but I don't think I'm having a lot of fun with this, when I'm being honest, because it's just so unforgiving. There is no way I can do a better job than just to be lucky. Look at this. How am I supposed to do anything about this? This is sorry, this is not fun. This is just trolling of the game here. This might be a bug, but come on. I'm not enjoying this. Look at this whole clump of attackers here. So, man, yeah, I think this was a really short playthrough of this game. But yeah, what I can say is I really like this little the concept here. It reminds me of my 6210 BC game, where my game was just collecting resources and I didn't manage to get any game out of it. But you apparently did, and with this tower defense thing, I think it could work, but like I said, it's just too much. Maybe it would be easier if I would know that the enemies would come in waves and have different patterns. I mean, right now, as you can see here, is very obvious. They just clump around my little buddy there. So yeah, it feels as a player, the second I start the game, I'm behind. And even when I run around crazy, like crazy to get all the resources that I need, it's never enough, and there are way too many monsters. And I think, yeah, this game needs more play testing or some kind of balancing things there, because from the graphics it looks very cute. Like I said, it reminds me of a ZX Spectrum game, or even this what's it called, Oregon Trail, which itself appears to be like a Apple II game, because of, I mean, the sprites are very cute, and this is a very minimalist but also very legible and very clear design, which I like very much. Maybe have some sound. As always, we all know there's not enough time in a game jam to always have sound and music. But yeah, like I said, it's maybe if they come just in waves, maybe that I can just have a little more time to really think through my defenses, and maybe even erect some kind of walls or sandbags or other barriers. Oh my god, my computer is chugging now because of all those instances there. It's just too much. So yeah, I will close this game now. Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry that I can't play it any longer, but it feels like this game is out to just annoy me because it's impossible from the outset. But nevertheless, I give you 2 thumbs up, and thank you so much for submitting. And the very last game of today is from patron and good friend. Let me just tick off the game we just played here. MandaTrouble, and I don't know what Manda is, but I'm assuming it is me because I had a lot of troubles. Where is my little paint bucket? There it is. And the last game, row to sheet, as promised, is from a good friend of the show, that is ILIKESCIFI games, or I Like Sci-Fi. And the game is called, it doesn't even fit here, the game is called Hungry, 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 Very, Very Hungry Cat. Let me just inform ILIKESCIFI that I'm playing his game on Twitter. Where is Twitter? There is Twitter. Wonderful. Hey, ILIKESCIFI, I'm playing your game. He asked me if I would play his game also on the stream, because he was the person who got me into Ludum Dare the first time. I think his game was where the theme was one screen, and this was the first time that I heard of Ludum Dare, and I thought, oh my god, this is amazing. I really need to do this. Is this happening every weekend? And then I realized, no, it's not happening every weekend. But the next jam, I made my game Mag Gunner, and I think this was Ludum Dare 32-ish or something around that time. And yeah, I'm still grateful to ILIKESCIFI Games, who I went to college with. He's also not also a game designer, he is a game designer, and he also found some time to make this game, Hungry, 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 Very, Very Hungry Cat. Can't say this multiple times in a row. So about the game, your goal in Hungry, 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 Very, Very Hungry Cat is to feed the Hungry, 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 Very, Very Hungry Cat before it dies. Okay, so feed the cat. But be careful, the cat is very, very hungry, hungry, very hungry, and your fingers do look very, very delicious. Okay, so we can already see here, the cat looks still dead. Look at those crossed out eyes, and our hand has just a little bone sticking out of the thumb. So how to play? Use your mouse to move your hand and with the fish. So, okay, so this is a fish. It looked to me like you were feeding a tie, a necktie to the cat. Get the fish too close to the cat until it bites. But be very, very careful. The cat is very, very hungry. So feed the fish to cat. Important. Don't get bitten by the cat, by the very, very hungry cat. Get more fish from the pond. Feed more fish to the cat. Keep the cat alive. Okay, so about the development process. The idea was super cozy indoor cat environment. I always like super cozy cats. Ever hungry cat character that is always hungry, hungry, hungry. Jackson Williams just dropped by. Hey Jackson. Finally didn't miss any of these streams. This is really great. Upgradable furniture to make cat feel more comfy and a whole bunch of animals to feed the cat. And the game that turned out was a cat feels very comfy, which is the most important thing, ladies and gentlemen. So as long as the cat is comfortable, I think we're also in very good game development regions. Uber cozy outdoor cat environment. Okay, ever a hungry cat character that is always hungry, 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 very, very hungry. The cat gets one big fish to eat and should stop complaining. God damn it. So, okay, the cat gets one fish and it still will remain to be very hungry. Maybe, you know what, maybe I should get the Windows version then. And I'm assuming this game was made with Click Team Fusion because ILIKESCIFI games even wrote a book on getting started with Click Team Fusion without having to code. And yeah, just wanted to shout this out. Okay, so this is the game, and when I maximize the screen, it doesn't get any bigger. So, but I can hear music. This is nice. Can you also hear music? I hope so. And you know what? I will zoom in and see if you can. If I move my mouse, that I'm not moving out here of the active area. So okay, I hope you can live with this. Okay, so let's feed the cat. If I move my mouse, let's give it the cat. Okay, so the cat. Oh damn it! The cat jumps pretty high, so very hungry. Okay, so I need to get a fish there from the pond. Not alive. Okay, so the cat apparently died. This was not good. Okay, so this... How do I get more fish out of the pond? I don't know this. And the cat died and I got 4 points. This is a hard game. This is a very hard game. And I'm not quite sure if I'm doing things correctly. So my hand is barely alive, not alive. Okay, so this is the cat. Yeah, this game is too hard for me again. Look at this. How high does the cat jump? Okay, so I managed to get... As soon as the cat eats my thumb and first finger, then I can't get anything out there. Off the pond. Okay, so... Come on, cat. Okay, I got 2 fish apparently out of the pond there. Oh god, and this was it. And the stomach contents of the cat. So I got 8 points. God, this is hard. This is really hard. Okay, I give this one more try then. But I managed to get a couple of more fish out there of the pond. I think this is how to be played. That you try to get as many fish out there. God, this is a very, very hungry cat. I meant to say a cat that's very hard to keep alive, but frankly, I don't think I'm having fun with this. Is there something I'm not quite understanding there? Man, the stomach of the cat drains way too fast, and my hand is much too easily bitten off then. Okay, so I just can't. I'm sorry, I like sci-fi games. I'm not having fun with this game. Really, and I probably will never make it past 8 points. Please let me know how you play this game, because I feel it's way too hard, and I'm You are my friend, but seriously, I'm not having fun with it. I'm really sorry. And yeah, that was the hungry, very, very hungry cat by ILIKESCIFI games. And this was, incidentally, if I haven't missed any, I think the very last patron game of this Ludum Dare event. Thank you so much for submitting and for watching my little streams on this very subject. Let me just make sure that no other patrons' games were there. As you can see, there were over 113 games submitted to me, which I'm on one hand I'm very happy that apparently I'm this popular with people having their games played, because I think I've never have gotten so many games or contesting to be played by me. But then again, I'm really sorry that I only managed to get a handful played. As you can see, all the green ones I managed to, and I really worked hard to get them all in there, and still we're here at episode 4 of 3 of me playing your Ludum Dare games. But nevertheless, I hope those that I managed to play, I hope you're, well, happy is the wrong word. So it's more like a live play testing, so you know how a complete outsider who is a little bit ignorant of reading, of understanding everything that's being said here in the description, how your game is being played by someone who's coming in completely from the outside of your development process. But again, sorry that I didn't manage to play all of them. But as always, there will always be another Ludum Dare, at least. Things are looking up now. A unicorn, by the way. So the corona pandemic didn't kill game development. So I think I'm very hopeful that there will be another Ludum Dare. Okay, so let's clear this thing up here. And I have streamed for a very short number of minutes, which at least in terms of how I stream, I think it's, where is the counter? It's just 1 hour and 28 minutes, which has been very short for me. But again, I'm quite happy that I managed to finally get all of your games played. Let's have a look at the chat if I've missed anything important, such as, hey Phil, your stream is buffering for half an hour, or your audio isn't working. But apparently that is not the case. Okay, so people are talking of sharing their experiences with their first Ludum Dare, and I think this is a very, very good point to leave things. Well, not so much leave things, but let me switch over there to full screen of myself there. Hi everyone. Just that I'm not tempted to move around the icons on my desktop like doodling on a notepad when you're having a call. Yes, what are my plans in streams and overall with Pixel Prophecy for the next weeks to come? Well, let's first talk about streams. As always, I have been playing my very own game, and as is tradition, a code review. I'm not quite certain how favorable my code reviews are received by people, because I mean it's most of the time it's game jam code, and it's not very good game jam code, but maybe it's a little bit interesting to people who are new to a game maker language, because at least I think I know my way around game maker language, and my latest game was made with game maker. So I think I will still do one. So next week I will be playing shortly my game that was Rampage, and then walk you through the code and yeah, just give you a little bit of developer's commentary on each line of code. Then the week thereafter, in 2 weeks, yesterday night I started a project. I didn't knew I was starting a project, but I was watching this wonderful Twitch channel that is Old Timey Computer Show. And yeah, it's exactly that. It's just non-stop streams of old computer shows from the BBC. When there was, I think it was 1984, when the BBC and overall Great Britain was pushing this whole agenda of getting everyone computer savvy, and the BBC made a bunch of productions of just educational videos about computers, what the BBC Micro can do for you. And also in the US, there were years later were the Computer Chronicles. This was a show that ran very long. The point is, with Computer Chronicles, it's just so quaint looking at text software that also runs on DOS and on Mac, and it just looks so horribly clunky. So we've come quite a way from there. Yeah, and my project yesterday was, this looks interesting. You know what? The set of Computer Chronicles is very simple. You know what? Maybe I should redo this in Maya. Just do a quick mock-up of a 3D set. Maybe I can use it for a comedy bit or something. And the first thing, you know what? Let me switch back to my screen there. This was the wrong screen. Apologies. There's my desktop again, and from Computer Chronicles there is this background painting here, this one as you can see here, and I thought, yeah, I want to recreate this, and I need to find this stock photograph. Long story short, I didn't find it, but I thought, yeah, I mean, this looks familiar. This could be San Francisco, so it's not the Golden Gate Bridge, but maybe this is the other bridge to Oakland, because I played Watch Dogs 2, which is set in San Francisco, and so I knew at least this pyramid building there. And yes, it turned out to be San Francisco, and in Google Earth I positioned my camera correctly that I have the exact same view. I think there's a building in front of this building here that is new, but yeah. And then I thought, you know me, when I have a project like this, I go all the way in, and I thought, you know what, maybe I can recreate this just for the background, this image in Maya, and do the lighting for the background myself, that it looks like this overcast and not very good, not very appealing photograph of this. And I thought, how hard could it be to get data out from Google Maps, right? Somebody must have done this. And long story short, it is a very long story, but I managed to, with the help of RenderDoc, which is more or less a program that helps you just investigate your frame buffer, and yeah, just how draw calls are being handled, and how an image, just one frame, is being constructed by your GPU to debug. Yeah, with this you can extract 3D data out from Google Maps, and then with an importer get it to Blender, and from there do some texture stitching, and then get it to Maya. So yeah, and I thought, this is a very long story short, I thought this is in the next, not in next 2 weeks, in the Sunday 2 weeks after this one, I just walk you through this process, because like I said, it's not very straightforward, but sometimes it's very helpful to get some data, some 3D buildings, or even some 3D terrain out of Google Maps. Of course, you can't use it in your projects, but it's good to have this, to have them as kind of, those models as kind of templates, especially in terms of yeah, how things are laid out, how big are certain buildings, yeah, or just yeah, just in terms of getting the proportions right if you're trying to recreate something digitally. And Daniel Beck says, if the people at the BBC would see how people use computers nowadays, they would definitely bury their agenda. In fact, from what I've seen back then, their programs were really good, and also they looked into robotics and how the principles of robotics worked, how the principles of character recognition and so on worked. And I think I did a lot of good, because I was watching it now and I thought, man, this is really straightforwardly explained, and if I didn't knew it, I would understand it now. So yeah, I think, you know what I will try now, when this stream is done, I will try somehow to get you to rate this other Twitch channel that is Old Timey Computer Show. I have no idea how to rate a channel, but I saw somewhere there was a button on how to rate a channel. Yeah, talking about this way of getting getting snapshots from Google Maps into RenderDoc, just let me show you how this looks. Here, for example, is inside Google Maps, in the 3D space of Google Maps. Here is a screenshot of the surroundings in Salzburg. And up here you have here the draw call. It gets rendered upside down. I have no idea why, and flipped in the end. But you can really see how cool this program is. Mesh viewer, and each individual mesh as it is being drawn. You can inspect it here. Let me just switch over to flat shade. Okay, so this looks to be like the tops of some trees there. Not very interesting, but overall, yeah, this is render doc, like doctor, and it's free. It's free. Let me just switch to check for update. Where can I view it? So if you don't know render doc, there it is. Just Google it, and I think I will use this much more often, not just for extracting data from Google Maps, but overall, yeah, like I said, just to troubleshoot your rendering and 3D pipelines, because sometimes you don't know why your frame rate is just dropping horribly, and then, oh, I have 300,000 draw calls on this tuft of grass in the background. No sound, it's back. Damn it. For how long did the sound drop out? I think it might have been as soon as I started render doc, because this one was taking over all the GPU. It could gobble up, and I think this also affected here my stream, right? About 10 seconds. Okay, so it's not too long. So yeah, my point just was render doc. It helps you debug your renderings, especially if you're working with 3D, because that's what it's made for. Cool. Okay, and in other news, you might know me. I'm the guy who makes the Ludum Dare post-mortems. You might have heard of those, or that was one of the reasons you became a patron in the first place. Thank you so much. Let me just switch back to me before I start rearranging here my icons again. There we go. Even the unicorns are back there in the frame. Cheers. Wonderful water. Yes, I finished the first draft of the post-mortem of my game, Ludum Dare 46 game Rampage. I finished the first draft. You know what? Maybe I still got a little bit time left. Maybe I can show you, if you're interested in how I do my drafts and how I do my writing on those post-mortems. Unicorn fell over. Thank you so much for noticing. This is the power of the internet. You people see something that I don't see, that's happening like 2 feet away from me. But thanks to the power of the internet, some person, it was Daniel Beck? No, it was Frank. Okay, Frank wasn't thousands of kilometers away, but still, I mean, I think you're from the Netherlands, so it's still quite a distance. I just find this fascinating. So let me switch back over to this one here, just to share my process of drafting, of writing. And here we are. This is the first draft in Scrivener, and I started the second draft. And usually it takes around 3, 4, sometimes 5 drafts until I have something that I say, yeah, this is the post-mortem essentially. And this is how it works. Let me zoom in here. So with my drafts, I write them in Scrivener. Scrivener is a tool for novelists, but you can switch it over to have this kind of screen writing layout, which is very nice. Especially if you have configured yourself some shortcuts, it's very easy to write stuff there. And the cool thing about this is it's not one huge document, but multiple smaller documents. And let me zoom out there again, and you can rearrange them there and just display one or display multiple or all others. And you can switch over here to this kind of what's it called, corkboard background, where you can also move stuff around. And like I said, this is very nice because you're not just moving around index cards, you're moving around the associated texts or the copy that is behind it. And this is how I write my stuff. And you can also export to PDF, of course, and all other formats, Word, OpenOffice, whatever you need. Okay, and like I said, this is how I do my drafting, and I still need to rearrange things because with a post-mortem, with me, everything starts, with the post-mortem, of course, and I keep a diary, which is just every couple of hours or even half an hour, or when things are starting to happen, I just write down the current time of day and what am I doing, which version of the game I'm working on, and what's happening. For example, you know what, maybe I can bring this up as well. I mean, if you're interested. Just need to find it. And yeah, it starts with this kind of diary, just one line after the other, explaining to myself what am I doing and especially how am I feeling and just what's going on, which is the foundation for the script, which I will write later on. Script version 0.1, research credits, notes. There we go. So I just made a PDF of my notes there. And there we go. It starts from the bottom and goes on, and it says here, found Get Dexter 2 as color references. Okay, concept art is pretty much done. Now I add some animation. Starting game maker project now. Okay, change the game character and so on. So this is just for myself when I'm writing the script itself, what's happening, that I just take those little stubs essentially and just formulate them, make complete sentences out of them. The thing is that it's still not much or not really interesting. It's just, yeah, this is what happened. It's just a report of what happened. And then I also watch my screenshot time lapse, just so I can find out, okay, where was what happening at what point. Because while things are happening, I have no plan for what am I going to shoot or what the story will be, because I don't know it. It happens. And only when it's done and I realize I can get the big picture, and this is also when with the script writing you get the big picture. You just write down what's happening, and then you have it in a couple of pages, like 10 to 15 pages, just written down what was happening on a minute-to-minute, hour-to-hour basis where things were happening. And then you start realizing a certain pattern. For the last game, it was, I wanted to make a comedy game, so how did this turn out? And yeah, of course, also with the wavering between, should I do this in Game Maker, should I do this in Unity? And so I find a couple of certain aspects that are prevalent, and I try to focus more on those. Because, I mean, in the end, on one hand, it's always the same thing. This theme sucks, I get frustrated, and then somehow it still works out. But what exactly is frustrating? I think this is quite interesting, at least what is frustrating to me, and what are my methods to overcome this frustration, or what helped me over this bump of frustration, and so on. So like I said, there are just certain patterns emerging, and with each new draft I really try to hone in on what's interesting and make the story out of this. It's like a big block of concrete, and you just chisel away, and then you realize, in this concrete there is something that wants out, and then with each subsequent pass you get closer to what's actually the thing there. What's also what I also do, what also might be interesting, is, let me switch back there from my corkboard view and zoom in. Can I zoom in? Yeah, it's a little bit buggy when I zoom. I have to update the view here. Scrivener is also available for Mac, I think, and Mac users already got version 3.0 of Scrivener, and we're on Windows. I'm still at version 1 point something. As you can see here, there are some things here in brackets, which means this is usually footage. It doesn't have to stay, but this is just when I'm writing it, how I see it, I think very visually. And this is just the voiceover that I do, and things or images that should go along with it. I have here stock footage of decontamination. Is this written correctly? I just noticed in the chat, did I miss it, or he avoided the LD42 post-mortem question? I think I did. Please ask me again what the question was, but I think I have an inkling of what the question might be, and that it is, when will LD42 come out? And to which I will respond wholeheartedly, when it's done. Right now, I always focus on the very latest post-mortem of the last event that happened. And once this LD46 post-mortem is out and done, I go back and continue on post-mortem for LD42. As we all know, it's not good to overscope, and this is what I did. When I was writing the script with LD42, I think, writing a film noir set in the 1940s in a place where I'm not and me playing all the characters, this might be a bit something, and with 20 minutes of just for this short film bit, it might be a bit too long, but I will manage. And it just blew up. So yes, I'm still working on it, and I'm still very much intending to finish it, because I put so much money and effort and time and effort into it. I'm not letting it go to waste. But again, I think because you also want want some new content, this is why I'm always focusing on the latest post-mortem to get it done first. Phil doesn't avoid questions, but he's good at missing chat. Exactly. I never avoided a question, I just didn't hear it. I should have used this pretense whenever there was an exam at school. Yeah, so like I said, this is my process of getting a script done, and I write all the voiceover first, and then I record the voiceover until I'm happy, and this voiceover will be my scaffolding on which I will hang essentially all those footage things that I recorded. I've gotten better at knowing which footage I recorded and how to write my voiceover, so that I always have, or most of the times, that I have shots of something that illustrate what I'm saying, or that a voiceover isn't even necessary. Sometimes, well, you've probably noticed it right now that I tend to over-explain things, and most of the voiceover, or well, not most of it, but a lot of it gets cut from during the drafts. It's just honing in, like I said, on the main thing, on the main story, on the main plot there. And then when I'm recording and I'm hearing my voice and some sentences don't make sense or sound off, then I leave them out. And then in the editing, and I have everything with pictures and also music accompany. And then I realized, yeah, this one sentence also doesn't make any sense, because I'm just explaining what you see in the image, so, or in the moving images, so I just leave this out. So, but everything starts with the script, then the voiceover, and then the editing, and the funny bits happen happily somewhere in between. Most of the time they start here when I'm in draft number 3 or number 4, when I have a pretty much a close idea or a clear idea of what the heart of the story will be. Based on my experiences during the jam, and then I start, yeah, this, oh my god, this sounds just so much like a stand-up comedy bit. Stand-up comedy bit goes in there, or yeah, this is just a concatenation of unfortunate events, and even our hero is not really a hero, because everything that's wrong in his experience is just he has himself to blame, which sounds like a film noir story. So this is where the things start to emerge. Man, I hope this wasn't too boring to you, but I just thought it might have been interesting to some of you to hear how those things get started from the inception. Cool. Where's OBS? There it is. Let's switch over to full screen one last time. The unicorns are still somewhat present. Please add me in the chat if you have any more questions. And Tudvari says yes, that was his question. Cool, so I have answered it. By the way, unicorn, I said unicorn before. And that's it for my glass of water. And I think with that, unless there are any more comments on the stream, I will on the chat, I will try to figure out how to rate a channel on Twitch. I can report myself. I didn't know that. I get a mod view. I didn't know that. Tasks, recent rates, review recent rates. You have no recent rates. Manage rate settings. There we go. Okay, so this is a first for me. Like I said, when I first heard people rate other people's channels, I thought it was just a hacker takeover of some channel. But yeah, apparently I can here only set the rate settings for my own channel, which is nice, but it's not what I want to do. So I think, as far as I'm concerned, I think raiding means to send all your viewers to another channel once you're done streaming. And you know what? I will try to do this the very old-fashioned way. I will post a link to the channel that is Old-Timey Computer Show on Twitch, because I will watch this after this chat is this stream is done. Old-Timey Computer Show's Twitch channel. There we go. Man, this is so old school. I really apologize. There we go. This would be the channel. And just one last check of the comments. I moved a lot of my windows out of their positions where I usually would expect them. So this is why I'm looking around with crazy eyes with my three screens. And once you have 3 screens, you realize a fourth would have been nice. And probably when I have 4 screens, I would think, yeah, maybe go for the whole 6. And then I got 9 screens and I look like a stockbroker, just with more pixel art, probably. Let's see what happens on YouTube when the raid starts. I would assume that YouTube just outright crashes, because I have this odd skill of having things crash without even being physically there. Most of the time when I try to do something, I managed to get the voice message box on my phone crash. I mean, with my carrier, and not just myself, but other friends. When I was, I'm in the menu. No, I don't want in the menu. You know what I want in the menu? Actually, I want to change my voicemail message. And apparently I just hit a glitch there, or caused a glitch. And then for half an hour, even with my friends who were with the same carrier or cell phone operator, their voicemail boxes also didn't work. For some reason, I take pride in being able to crash anything, and not at the times when I want it to crash. Yeah, and on that sad note, I think I will call it a day. This stream has been a bit shorter than my usual streams, at least the last couple of weeks, because I was doing 3 hours plus streams. So I think it's good to have this one here. Well, relatively short. It's 2 hours already. So there we go. Pixel Broker, thank you so much. This is my other channel where I give horribly misplaced stock market tips, because everyone during Corona is giving stock market tips because everyone's an expert now. Never mind. This is a whole other topic I'm not getting into. Again, thank you so much for watching. Even if you knew your game wouldn't be played, it's still, like I said, it still means a lot to me that people like you still take a little bit of time out of their day to just watch me try to be very entertaining. Yeah, and I hope you don't regret it on this Sunday. Again, I hope you have a wonderful time, and yeah, let's watch some Old-Timey Computer Show as soon as I finish up here. Take care and see you next Sunday. Bye.